What is up, everybody? It is Steve, aka HAble, and today I have another montage reaction. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did cheat, and I watched this montage before I actually made the reaction, so it's not exactly a genuine reaction, but I do think that this will be quite the entertaining video because I will at least be able to give you a lot of insight behind the video, because it just so happens that I was the one who edited and provided the gameplay for this montage. So today we are doing a reaction to HAble Montage 7, which was released today, but you are seeing this reaction video the day after, or maybe in the year 2030, depending on if I die that year and people go back in the YouTube archives and go look for my old videos. That being said, let's get right into the video, and I will try to give more insight into the montage rather than actual reactions, because they won't be very genuine. And I hopefully won't be surprised by what I see, because if I am, I was taking some really strong sleeping pills the past few nights. What is up, everybody? We are into the montage, and I do just want to say, before I get really in-depth with the video, I just gotta say thank you guys. I have never had a video that got this many positive responses, especially for how little negative ones there were. And the only real negative response I saw, which wasn't really a negative, it was just kind of a preference that people were giving me, was basically they would like some game audio or some sniper audio or some of the metal announcer sounds, which I totally understand because I was in the same boat when editing this video. So that is the first topic that I'm going to address. But first, I just want to talk about this intro. This intro was inspired by the heart that the Halo community had showed when MCC was total shit. And I don't mean the Halo community at large. I don't mean Reddit Halo. I don't mean Halo Waypoint. I don't mean Team Beyond. I mean the montage and the YouTube community. Because that is the only reason I'm still here. That's the only reason I'm still making videos. Because there are people like Hyena, like B-Sick, like Hustla, like the Lost in Time crew, which I know I'm on, but I'm just saying the people on that crew are the reason that I played for this long. So Skulls, thanks for recruiting me to that a long ass time ago. I think that's the only reason this montage came out, to be honest with you. Blackhawk, I know I forgot to put you in the credits, my man, but you definitely deserve to be in there, especially for that ridiculous edit you did to the Lost in Time Team Taj. Honestly, I still watch that video probably once every week and a half, even though I'm not playing Halo. I just love it that much. So let's add Blackhawk to the credits right now. Blackhawk, special thanks to you, bro. Alright, about the video here. I captured these angles with my buddy Anthony, who lives a few hours away from me. Never met him in person, but he's a good guy. Have a lot of fun playing with him. And I did those last. So the angles were captured after the entire video was synced, all the music was in place, and basically the only thing left were the 3 or 4 angles and the effects, which are very little. If you guys watch my montages, you know that I don't use a lot of effects. And it's not because I don't like effects. I think that a lot of people think that I just don't like effects in montages, but really it's because I can't do them. I'm not good at editing, and I don't think that people really understand that until they watch an actual effect that I try and they go, wow, that was shitty. That was super shitty. So that was kind of an AFK kill on the Atrocity. I almost didn't use that clip because of it, but if you actually watch the clip, he just spawned, so I didn't feel too bad, but I know the way that it's edited to try and sync it does look AFK. If you notice that slight graphic in the opacity back there, that was a Reddit post of someone telling 343 that they should fix MCC, so I thought it fit pretty well. I love this angle. Thanks, Uncut Fighter. Just threw a little bit of pan crop on there and I thought it looked really good. It's one of my favorite clips. I just love how nonchalantly I stick that Banshee. I feel like, well, I know for a fact that I was at the peak of my Halo playing during the few months I recorded. I recorded from February until the 1st of June, and I didn't play that much. But when I did play, I just felt like I was on point. I'd never felt this accurate. This is another favorite clip of mine. That was actually a 2v4. So two of my partners had quit. You can actually see one of them quit right at the beginning of the clip. So that was actually a 2v4. Pretty damn clutch clip, to be honest with you. This is one of my favorites. I just like the bug. I feel like people don't show a lot of clips with bugs in them, and that snipe just was pretty dirty. I feel like it was kind of a cool clip. So if you watch my review of Ace's Montage 2 by Snipetality, you might remember me saying that I have a clip where I put wings on the Spartan. I originally had wings on the Spartan there, and it looked like shit, so I just put the birds instead. That was a last-minute decision. All in all, this montage took 2 days of editing, and not like, holy shit, I sat down for 2 days, but 2 sessions. So the first session was syncing and the intro. And then the second session, after I captured the angles, was effects, transitions, which basically meant implementing the angles, and then the credits. So all in all, I'd say, including render time, about 16 hours, but not including render time, maybe 10 hours? About 10 hours of editing. I had the clips on my computer for over 2 months, but I've been working a lot, and then I'm also engaged, so I'm trying to make that work, you know? I'm trying to get my time in with her, and I'm also working on Halo is Back stuff. You've probably noticed a lot of content coming recently, and I'm redoing the entire website right now, so I've been really busy. My fitness has definitely crashed a little bit because of it, but this montage coming out definitely helps take a little bit off my plate. I'm also trying to get really into podcasting, so not just Halo podcasting. I'm really trying to get into podcasting in general. It's something that I really want to learn how to do. I feel like it's something that I could do and that I'd be good at if I got a year or two of real practice. So I hope that I can do that in the near future. I'm starting with the Make Halo Great Again podcast, and I'm also doing a podcast for my actual job, and I'm starting up a podcast for one of my buddies' websites. So that'll also keep me busy for a while. I absolutely love this song that is playing in the background. It's from Final Fantasy X, and it is just a beautiful song. It actually makes me happy, sad, and hopeful all at the same time. Final Fantasy X is by far my favorite single-player game of all time. Of all time. Absolutely amazing game. If you've never played Final Fantasy X, I recommend the next time you have a few days off from work, just lock yourself in your room, turn the lights off, jack off a little bit, and then play some Final Fantasy X. It is honestly amazing, and don't skip the cutscenes. It is 100% worth it. About the montage, Kurt Cocaine, man, just betraying me for no reason, dog. I don't know what his problem was, man. So this clip is actually one of my favorites. I wanted to somehow implement this into the montage, but I just couldn't find a spot that it fit. I mean, when you sync an entire montage in 1 hour and 10 minutes, if you look at the Halo forum, you can actually see my post of I haven't started yet to, hey, I finished syncing. They're about 2 hours apart at the most. I'm thinking like 1 hour and 10 minutes, and then render time included. So I synced it all pretty fast. I've never edited a montage that took more than a day, so this was actually the first video that ever took more than a day. That being said, thank you so much to everyone who commented, to everyone who liked, to everyone who shared. I've gotten so much good feedback on this video. I honestly can't believe it. I've never had a video get this amount of good feedback before. I always get a mix because I'm a pretty controversial Halo montager. I mean, not in the way of, wow, did you see HAble's new video? What a fucking douchebag. But more along the lines of, I'll use an Atreyu song, and then I'll use an NSYNC song. Which, yes, that is a real example from a big montage of mine. So, I haven't been consistent. You never know what you're getting when you watch one of my montages, which is something that I like, because I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago when I started making montages. I'm a different person, different personality, and I feel like this montage really shows that. I left out, now I know I didn't really mention the audio. I think I started talking about the audio and I said I'd mention it and I didn't get to it. So let's talk about the game audio. Now that the montage is over, and you probably thought this review is over, but no, sit tight, let's talk about the audio. So I have a version of this video with gameplay audio included and metal sounds included. I did it after I rendered this one because I was with you guys. I was like, wow, this sounds kind of weird without the metals and without the sniper sounds. Especially the sniper sounds. I feel like sniper sounds are what make a Halo 2 montage great when it's focused on snipers, which a lot of my clips were with the sniper. Almost all of them, actually. But after listening to it, I actually really thought that I liked the lyrics of the songs and really focusing more on the artsy side of the video. Because this video, while it was meant to showcase some of my clips, it was also sort of an ode to Halo in general and to the community for what you guys have done, and for those who are still here, and for those who are still making content, and for those of you who still comment on our content and share our content and give us just the motivation to do this. Because if I didn't have a following on YouTube, I wouldn't do this. I was going to make a separate channel for Halo is Back, because it makes sense, right, to have a Halo is Back YouTube channel. But then I thought, I'm not going to get that many views. I already don't get that many views on YouTube, and it's going to take forever to build that up. And it's just not fun. I like the interaction. The reason I like YouTube so much is I get to interact with the people who view my content, and that's fun to me. So that's why everything is on this channel, and to be honest with you, everything will probably continue to be on this channel. So I know that the gameplay sound is slightly controversial. I know that some people really want it in, some people probably don't care, and some people probably appreciate the more artsy side of not having it in. But in the end, with the two versions, I did prefer the one without the sound. And I also liked how in the last clip, where I tease you guys with the Killtrocity and then fade away and then pop the gyro up, I liked how that was the only clip in the video that had sound. I thought it was cool that there was one snipe and it was for a Kilimanjaro, and it had sound. I thought that was cool. I thought it kind of stuck out because that was the first clip that I hit for this montage, and that was the last clip that I wanted to put in it. I thought that that was my favorite clip. I hit that clip the first day that I started recording for this montage. That being said, there were two clips in the folder that I didn't end up using due to time constraints and just personal preference of switching them out for different clips. One of them is a quickscope triple on Beaver Creek that the Skase God himself told me probably wasn't a main clip, so I thought, alright, I respect his opinion. I'm going to put the Tombstone triple in there instead, which is right in the beginning of the video. And then the other clip is a Kilimanjaro ×2 on Coagulation Team Snipers. And it's just not very clean. It was between that clip and the Sanctuary Gyro, and I decided the Sanctuary Gyro had a better gyro snipe, so I kept that one instead. Alrighty, all that being said, this has probably gone on way too long. I've been ranting, and to be honest, I've taken a few breaths here and there, so I may have lost my train of thought at some point. I'm not sure. I had some text messages to get back to, and I was running out of breath because it is really hot in here. So, all non-seriousness aside, let's just get to the final small point here. And the final small point is I'm not done making Halo content. I'm actually kind of on the Halo content grind now, so to speak. Montaging takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. It's not easy to make one video. This video, for example, was February through June of gameplay, basically through May, start of June, and then 2 days of editing. But if I was a good editor, it'd be a lot more than 2 days of editing. I just threw some shit together and hope it worked. As a side note, this montage almost didn't come out. I was talking to Llama the day before this montage was supposed to come out, and I was telling him that I was probably going to scrap it because I wasn't happy with it. I thought it was complete shit. And I decided, you know what? I'm just going to release this and hope for the best. And it got great reviews, so that's awesome. And I'm actually super happy with it. I wasn't happy with it at the time, and then I watched it a few times through before I upload it, and I said, you know what? I actually really like this. I think the intro is really cool, and I think it sets a really good mood. And I've never used a song like that for a montage, so I think that all that combined with some pretty unique gameplay and then some pretty generic gameplay turned out to be a pretty decent montage. I know I stand no chance in the HaloForum.com montage contest, but it's the first one I've ever entered, and after being there for 10 years, I said, you know what, I'm going to enter one, because I know that these contests aren't going to last much longer with the way that Halo is trending, and I just want to get my name in there once, just to say I did it. Alright, so that brings me to my actual real point, which is I plan on having a lot more montage competitions, I plan on having a lot more tournaments, I plan on having a lot more content, and I plan on having a lot more fun with Halo content, especially on my website and my YouTube channel. That being said, please support me as best you can. I love reading your guys' comments. I love seeing the likes add up. I love getting criticism or suggestions. I love getting suggestions for montages to watch and review. And I especially just love interacting with people and hearing your guys' thoughts on the current Halo community, or just talking to you guys in general. I love doing interviews with montagers or Halo players or anyone. I just want to grow Halo because I'm 24 years old. I'm getting married in January. I'm probably not going to be doing this until I'm 30. You know, I have a few more years left in the tank. This is a great way for me to practice my life skills. I got my full-time job, which I absolutely love, because of my Halo content. I showed them my YouTube channel. I showed them websites I had made around Halo and the game League of Legends. And I showed them what I could do because of my experience with making Halo content. And that's what got me hired. My full-time job is basically making the exact same things that I do for Halo, but for a business. And it's absolutely awesome. I learn a lot every day, both from the business side of things and from the Halo side of things. And that's sort of how I'm trying to shape my channel into more of a Halo business, let's grow this shit kind of deal. Alright, I'm honestly running out of breath. It's like 91 degrees outside. I live in northern Minnesota. The heat does not get a well. It just doesn't get a well. See, I can't even fucking speak. The heat does not get along, there we go, well with me. I'm from northern Minnesota. I like the snow. So, I'm going to turn my window air conditioner on as soon as this is over. I just don't want to give you guys an insane amount of wind tunnel noise. So I'm suffering through it for you and for myself so I can get this video out. But I just want to say thank you again. Thank you everyone for everything over the years, especially all the montagers out there for the inspiration. If you looked at the credits, you probably saw that I had Matt Dundas and It Was Luck in the credits. They were the first two montagers that really got me on my butt and said, holy crap, these are awesome. I was making videos before I saw theirs, but they were the ones that made me go, wow, there's a lot you can do in this, and there's so much to learn, and it just looks so fun when you're that good. So I just kept trying. So thank you to those guys. I see Dundas around every once in a while. I have no idea what happened to It Was Luck, but I hope his life is going well. I hope it was a lucky life. Completely pun intended. Alright, that is a wrap, folks. I will be coming out with a ton of montage reactions this week. I think I have 6 that I have to sync together, and then I will release those after I render them. And then I'm going to do a few more this week. I've got probably 13 requests lined up, and then there's a few that I also want to do that I choose. So yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of stuff. HaloIsBack.com, new website coming soon. If you go there right now, you can kind of see a prototype. I'm not going to hide it because there's nothing private on there, so feel free to tag around on there. There's a lot of demo content that I threw up there, so if you see random articles with pictures of real people and not Spartans, and you're like, what the hell is this? Probably just a demo content article that I threw on there, just for the time being. Just like if you looked at the newspaper in the intro, a lot of it was just lebsum, epsum, blah, blah, blah text, just as placeholder. So that is why the website looks kind of goofy right now, but it should be done, now that I have time, it should be done within the next week or two, and then it's just going to be full of awesome features. I'll make a video on that when it happens. Alright, thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you all have a great day. Adios.